Well, hello. This is round two, part two. Um, and this is a perfect example of when plans don't quite go the way that you expected. And I think I ended with talking about patterns and how it takes a lot of work and intentional decisions and choices to go against the grain. I think I said this is the way we've been going. Maybe it's a certain pattern, something you're used to, in this way. Well, yesterday was a perfect example because if you didn't notice, I'm saying round two, but you probably see I'm in a different outfit. And I figured might as well have some fun with this. I didn't even know I was going to do this second one 2 days in a row. Remember, I told you I wasn't going to pick an exact time or day when I would do it. It was just whenever the Holy Spirit prompted me. Well, I got to be totally honest with you, and I didn't really know the Holy Spirit was going to prompt me 2 days in a row, especially because here's what happened. You'll see on the first video that I went to, what do you call it? I don't know why I touched the phone, but I touched the phone and it ended it right in the middle of my conversation. Then a phone call came in. I was in the Walmart parking lot, and then another, and I looked down and I realized, oh my gosh, it's like 5:15. I need to run in Walmart. So I ran in Walmart, and surprise, when I came out, first of all, they didn't even have what I had planned to get, which is pretty funny because that's just how life works sometimes. It and what we were talking about of keeping our eyes on God and choosing to be grateful for all things. So I had a really great hands-on practice of being grateful yesterday. Get out to my car, do the clicky. It's dark by now, and it's getting kind of cold, and literally inside my car it's going click, and the lights won't totally go on. I put the key in the car won't turn. I'm like, are you joking? But it was clicking. And I just got a new battery like 4 weeks ago. So I'm thinking, wow, okay, what the heck? And of course, I don't know why this always happens, but whenever my battery happens, the last time it happened, it was on a Wednesday. And this time it was on a Wednesday because today is Thursday, February 23rd. And so anyway, I had to call AAA. They took a really long time. So I had a lot of time to just hang out and choose to be grateful. Didn't get home until almost 8 o'clock at night. I was very grateful that my husband chose to make the rest of the dinner. So the Parmesan cheese that I ran in really quick to get, that I actually did have, we were able to use, and we both had it. But again, that list, I got about this much done that I planned this much. So I'm realizing maybe that's the new, my new bar of success. If I get that much, that's amazing. So anyway, I didn't even know that this first recording finished because I didn't see it. I went to actually upload it on YouTube, and I was debating, do I upload this or don't I upload this? Because literally it stopped in the middle. Well, it didn't upload, and then it ended up saving. I didn't discover that till just a little while ago. And I literally was sitting here in my car trying to decide what I was going to do, if I was going to go home or go to this thing that I was just invited to. And I looked down at my phone and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my video. I listened to it thinking, okay, I'm going to listen to it, and I'm probably just going to erase it. And as I listened to it, I felt like God said, no, don't erase it. You're going to do something totally different, totally out of the box again. Stretch me more. And you're going to go and record part two. And I'm thinking, okay, God, but how do I really do part two? Because this is like day two, because it's going to be obvious in a different outfit. So anyway, and then I went and I read it is my Jesus calling, by the way, not Jesus culture, which I realized I said. So I had actually been reading February 21st, so I just read yesterday's, which was pretty funny, in today's. So I'm going to do this a little in reverse because I've got to head on over to this little thing that I'm going to. So I'm going to actually read first, and then we'll talk while I'm driving. So we'll see how that goes. And again, I said it's an adventure, and it's raw and real. So this is just what it's going to be. And I hope that you even find laughter and joy, and even find comfort in my adventurous life. Because again, I almost caught myself. It's adventurous life. I'm not going to say crazy life, my life that never goes right. No, I'm going to say my life that has adventure. And adventure means it's never quite the same every day. And, but it's wonderful, and it's amazing, and it's great. So February 22nd said, you need me every moment. Your awareness of your constant need for me is your greatest strength. Your neediness, properly handled, is a link to my presence. However, there are pitfalls that you must be on guard for. Self-pity, self-preoccupation. Boy, that happens in a lot of different ways for me anyway. And it can probably happen for you. And I got to be honest, I could have, my neediness yesterday was I couldn't leave anywhere and couldn't do anything. And I was stuck in my car. And I really had a great opportunity to need God. And I also had a great opportunity to have that back and forth battle of which one am I going to listen to on which shoulder. So gratefully I chose this one. But I'm sure probably about 8:30 when I looked at my list and realized there was a whole lot I didn't get done. I might have been listening to this shoulder a little bit. Anyway, your inadequacy presents you with a continual choice. Deep dependence on me or despair. So I love this because God created us to not be perfect, to get to practice, to have inadequacy, and it presents us a continual choice. Again, that continual, 1,000 times a day. Our world says, hey, you just do this, you take this pill, magic genie in the bottle, and you come over this hump, and guess what? You're going to be going downhill forever. Well, nope. A venture has hills and valleys, hills and valleys, hills and valleys. So it goes back to, are we going to choose that mindset, right? Which way are we going to think? Are we going to look at it with gratitude and thankfulness and trusting God and keeping our eyes on Him? Or are we going to look at every time it shifts that it's not going our way, and we're going to partner with self-pity, we're going to partner with self-preoccupation, or we're going to partner with just wanting to give up? But instead, we can have deep dependence on me. The emptiness you feel when within will be filled either with problems or with my presence. Wow. You know, this is just a great thing to remember, that with presence or His problems. Make me central in your consciousness by praying continual. Simple, short prayers flowing out for the present moment. Use my name liberally to remind you of my presence. Keep on asking and you will receive, so that your gladness may be full and complete. And I love when I read that. Keep on asking. Keep on asking Him. That's what it's saying. We keep on talking to Him. Keep on asking Him, okay, God, what are you doing here? Am I leaning on my own understanding here? Because this wasn't really what... I normally can always tell, because when I say this wasn't my plan, this wasn't what I had planned for today, God, typically means that I'm having that crossroads opportunity to pray, keep on asking Him, and it says you will receive, so that your gladness may be full and complete. Gladness, joy, so that it will be full and complete. So then I go to today, and so I just love this because Sometimes I think I know like how much God loves me because he knows exactly what's going on with me and on the exact day, and just by chance, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but literally it has the days. So how amazing is God that he knows exactly what I need to hear. So today says, be on guard against the pit of self-pity. When you are weary or unwell, this demonic trap is the greatest danger you face. Don't even go near the edge of the pit. Its edges crumble easily, and before you know it, you are on the way down. It is ever so much harder to get out of the pit than keep a self distance from it. That is why I tell you, be on guard. There are several ways to protect yourself from self-pity. When you are occupied with praising and thanking me. How awesome is that? We just talked about that. The one I read, which was actually part 1, and today is part 2, was 2 days ago, and it's talking about the same thing. And having those choices and deciding, and one of the biggest things that we really have a choice of is if we're going to step on that rocky area, or those landmines, I guess I would call them, of the pit, which that's great to remember. Self-pity is a pit. It is definitely not going to keep us on our adventure in a joyful, peaceful way. We will definitely, if we choose to start to partner with self-pity, oh boy. But I love that God always gives us the instructions. We just have to, again, it's that darn choice. And thousands of them a day. By the way. I'm only saying for me because I have to keep reminding myself of that. So also, the closer you live to me, the more distance there is between you and the pit. Live in the light of my presence by fixing your eyes on me. Then you will be able to run. Oh, I love this part. Run with endurance the race that is set before you without stumbling. So, if you didn't notice, I'm starting to get in the car here, and I am now going to pull out. Like I told you, I'm literally, God kind of gave me this crazy idea that I'm going to go in reverse of what I did the first time, where I was on the road in the first time. But to remember this, it is run with endurance, fixing our eyes on him. Again, that fixing, that choice. You know, we definitely can be prayed over. We can get delivered from things, but we still, gotta put the seatbelt on here. So, we still have a choice always. So, I love this because, just to kind of take and refresh, we were talking about yesterday to share things that you're thankful for, share things that you're grateful for. So that is number 1. Number 2, which I feel like this really helps you. Okay, I got to make sure I'm backing up here. So let's see, what is on our song list? Destroy my religion. Have a little listen. Oh, I love this song. Okay, gotta watch here. There's so much grace. There's so much grace. Okay. There's so much grace. Wow, this was kind of the perfect song. This is again from the CD that I listened to called There's So Much Grace. And what a perfect, amazing thing. Because guess what? We get to choose over and over, but God will never run away. He he gives us so much grace to, and then that leads to grace and love for others. So your second assignment, before I guess I'll give you a commercial break per se while I'm driving here for a second. I'm kind of laughing at myself. I'm like, actually, I'm kind of having a debate with God right now. Like, God, what the heck were you thinking? Why'd you tell me to do this reverse thing? So just so you know, I have these debates with him a lot. But like, what were you thinking, God? Are you sure you're right here, God? But guess what? God is sovereign. He is always right. But he always gives us so much grace and love. So I just want to, your second assignment for part 2 is be on the lookout. Let's choose to be difference makers. Let's choose to do something really crazy and amazing. And I would love to hear about it. So please share it with me. Again, you can share it on my email page, or just email me, jodigambini@gmail.com. If you have your own YouTube and you want to send me a video, I would so love that. If you want to friend me on Facebook, again, it's just JODI'Gambini. I think I have Jodi Lewis Gambini, actually. Anyway, I really believe that we have a choice of to shift things, to change things in our world. And right now, you know what? There are a lot of things that we can focus on that are not necessarily choosing to not go closer to the pit of self-pity, to be honest with you. So what I want to challenge you for second challenge is be on the lookout, whether it is posting something you see that somebody just does, acts of kindness, acts of service with selflessness, things that just surprise and delight you. Be on the lookout. I don't know how many people will get this, but even if 100 people get this and they choose to share it on their Facebook, their Instagram, whatever it is, and they ask people to give them and be on the lookout for that, how we can flood the internet, flood YouTube. Let's make something amazing here as people, as followers of Jesus Christ. So that is your second challenge. First challenge is just things you're thankful for, things you're grateful for. Second challenge is now put into action, because another way to get out of self-pity is to focus on seeing other great things. Focus on outside of yourself, because the word self-pity doesn't have self in it for a reason because there's this person right here. So if we are going into that pit, so I love that. The ways to avoid the pit are to choose to keep our eyes on God, which we learned in the last session. Keeping our eyes on God is practicing trusting God. So keep your eyes on God. Keep it little bits. Don't make your expectations and what you're supposed to do so big, but also stay away from that pit. And even I loved how it said it sucks you in. So if we're going this way and now we choose to go this way and we just sit down and we get sucked in and it takes us down, then what's going to happen? When we get back up, we're probably going to go right back the way that we were used to doing it and do the same pattern. I wish to tell you that all of this is just easy in a piece of cake, but it's not. It takes choice. But the other choice, to be honest with you, to be down, to be depressed, to be sad, all of these things, those take energy in a different way. So we're all in this together. So I really encourage you, please write on here, please share this video, not because I really care for myself to be seen, because the truth of the matter is, every time God has me tape these, I am my biggest critic, and these are definitely not the ways I think that would show me in, however I would think. But I really know that just like my friend Suzanne that called me and we connected, it can change things. It can really change things. And let's use our connection to uplift. Let's not partner with fear. Let's partner with dependency on God, and to be glorious and excited about that. Let's partner with faith. Let's feed the faith beast. Let's not feed the fear monster. So I'm looking forward to hearing your challenges and what you've done with them. And like I said, it's an adventure with me. I'm actually just about ready to pull up to a place called the China Palace and go in for, they're having like a little New Year's celebration thing, which I didn't plan on going, but now I'm going. And then I think I'm going to get to go listen to some of my friends do some worship. But that's what one of the things said was, praise and worship is what gets you out of that pit, what gets you out. But praise, thankfulness, choosing to spend more time with God, choosing to not just sit down and go closer and closer to that edge of the pit that's going to take you down. Because I'm telling you, the lie is, and guess what? We have a war going on with the liar. His name is the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever the heck you want to call him, but he is alive and well. And sometimes we forget that when we start to take more steps towards that edge of the self-pity, of the edge of, why does this always happen to me? Like yesterday, even afterwards, when my car stopped and I didn't get home till 8 o'clock. But we can choose to partner with keeping our eyes on God. So I just encourage you guys to do that, because it's going to be the same, and God's with us. And when we are partnering with joy and hope and love and faithfulness, it brings in joy, it brings in peace, and we feel so much better. So love to hear about your adventures, and you choosing different words and being excited about them. So I don't know when we'll talk again. I know it actually been a couple of weeks, and now you got a two-part series. So I'm excited I'm hoping maybe the next time I will share is, I'm hoping to get some praise reports. I'm hoping for you to capture some things you're thankful for. I'm hoping to hear a great story of how you chose to shift that mind change. So I will talk to you all soon. Have a blessed day, a blessed week, and a day that you're choosing constantly, just to know that that's what we get to do. That's what we are blessed to do while we are here, is to just keep choosing to make those steps that are going to take us away from that edge, that we won't hit that pit, and that we won't hit it as much. And when we hit that pit, like I did and shared with you with my friend Suzanne, which I didn't even realize it until we were talking, then we're going to have somebody there. God will work through that, and then you will have victory in it. Because just remember, don't fear failure. God doesn't see you that way. He sees you as beautiful and wonderful and his unique creation. So just remember that. That's how God sees you. So, and even as I'm looking at this, I realize I have that thought in here, I've got to take captive, which is, I'm going, oh my gosh, I look cross-eyed as I'm talking in here. But you know what? That's not what it's about. And hopefully that's not what you see. And I know I get big eyes like this too, and I'm very expressive. But I hope that you see my heart in this. And I just want to help people get off of the edge sooner, not partner with the pit at all and start to learn the tools of not to do it and have victory, and they're little victories and they're all day long, and changing your expectations. Don't have expectations, because the expectation is we won't have challenges, but it's that endurance. That was what the end of this was about. On the third one, it said that it is developing endurance. And when I have ran a couple races, it was that endurance, choosing that endurance. I still remember my trainer, Carl, love you. He said to me, his tip was to walk up the hills and run down them. And he knew the course, and it's in Santa Cruz, and he knew that it was going to be that way. And your instinct is, believe it or not, to run up the hill. Like if you're exercising and trying to get a really good workout, your instinct is, I'm going to run up that hill. But he told me that because he wanted me to conserve my energy and work on my endurance. So just remember, every little choice that you get, it's building strength, it's building endurance. And next time, when you might have that one thing, you might have not even realized it, and you go off the edge, this time you're not. And this time you're going to catch it. And then next time you're going to, whoa, okay, I'm even walking a little bit towards that. Nope, I'm going to stop right now. And you get to build that muscle of the fruit of the Spirit of self-control. So I've gone really long. Have a great time, and I will talk to you soon.